what I've always had as the crux of my faith isn't working. Went to Christian school because I was afraid of my own sinful self. Then go to seminary, get married, go to seminary right after college. And that's really where questions were coming to a head. Okay, like I'm moving to this bigger place. People of different religions and faith are living all around me. And at one point, I say to myself, either myself or a prayer, I don't know, but I said it out loud. Okay, I quit. Like, you win, uncle. I can't hang on any longer. And that hanging on was all I've ever known. And that was the crux of my life, my beliefs, my pleasing my parents were very akin to pleasing God. I feel like if I could give a picture to it, it was me finally letting go and the ocean pulling me out and just pulling me out. And I'm not dying, and I'm not drowning. I'm just kind of wading in the water in the ocean. And I'm seeing this land mass, the only one I've ever known, that everyone I know is on. And it begins to fade and get smaller and smaller. And I couldn't see anywhere behind me. It just looked like a huge ocean, like it does at the beach, where you don't see anything else. It looks like it could go on forever, and that's what it felt like. And it was terrifying. Terrifying. So if you've never been in that place, be really nice to people who are, because it's very terrifying if you take it as seriously as I did. And, well, I have to tell my husband, like, oh man, he's going to have every right to let me go. He didn't panic. Worse, he didn't say anything. Like, what is going through your head? You have to tell me now. So for that next year, I just felt like, the weak link in our marriage. What is life without believing in God? And it wasn't complete depression. And I know a lot of Christians are like, well, it must be super depressing. They must be awful humans. No. On the contrary, I had to think through things like, am I still, like, what motivates me to be good if I'm not being bribed by treasures in heaven, Am I going to be good without bribery? I'm out of this Christian circle. Mentally, I'm not engaged. And it started as an agnostic thing. Okay, maybe I can hang on to that. I want to hang on. I don't want to get to the dirty A word, which is atheist, right? I was like, okay, maybe Christianity doesn't have to be in this warped, narrow, confining box where you can't breathe. It's the first time I ever didn't have a clue where I was going. I always knew I'm God's child. God has a plan for my life. And now I didn't know. It didn't have anything to do with being angry at God or angry. I had great parents. I didn't know horrible people or anything. I mean, horrible people in any situation, but it wasn't an anger issue. It wasn't because I was just so legalistic of myself, maybe, but it was very heady. It was a very heady decision, not one that was just in an emotional state at the time. And that's what I want people to understand.
Here she go.
I knew I was going to get some good footage today, but